In the last video, we talked about the Urartian language. This time, I wanted to do a quick rundown of the Urartian kings and their legacies. Arame founded Urartu around 858 BC by uniting the different tribes of Nairi to face the threat of the rising Assyrian Empire. Thus, he is the first known king of Urartu. In the 840s BC, the capital Arzashkun was captured by the Assyrians. Lutipri takes power in 844 BC. Possibly. Not much is known about Lutipri. Seriously, I found as many theories on this guy as there are sources. It's possible he is the head of another rival tribe of Arame who eventually won the power struggle, or one of his own ministers who just took over, or that he's Arame himself under a royal name of sorts. If you have any good sources on him, please leave a comment. I'd love to read more about it. But all we can say with relative certainty is that he's the father of Sarduri, who took power in 834 BC, and in 832 BC he moved the capital to Tushpa and expanded the fortress there.
He was also the father of
Ishpuini, who took power around 828 BC. Ishpuini captured the city of Ardini and turned it into the religious center of the empire. It included the main temple for the Urartian war god of Haldi. Haldi was one of the three chief deities in the Urartian religion, which is a topic that can have a video of its own. For now, we just need to know that he was a very important figure for the Urartians. Ishpuini was attacked by the Assyrians, but he fought and defeated them. In the last years of his reign, he adopted his younger son Menua to co-rule with him, and after some father-son empiring, Menua took power in 810 BC. He developed an organized administrative structure, expanded the kingdom through numerous wars with neighboring countries, and fortified a number of towns. He also developed an irrigation system that stretched across the empire, and several of its canals are still in use today. I talk about the Urartian irrigation system in detail in a previous video, which I'll link at the end of this one. Menua
was also the father of
Argishti, who came to power in 786 BC, and in 782 BC he built the Yerepuni citadel, which would become Yerevan, modern-day capital of Armenia. He also continued expanding the kingdom by conquering northern parts of Syria and towards Lake Sevan in the north.
He was also the father of
Sarduri 2.0, who came to power in 764 BC. He continued campaigning against the neighboring powers, including Assyria, and the kingdom reached its maximum expansion under his reign.
He was also the father of
Rusa, who came to power in 735 BC. Along with Cimmerian invasions, Assyria had now begun to regroup and repeatedly invade Urartu, weakening its economy while regaining many territories like Ardini, where they were said to have carried off with the statue of Haldi, and upon hearing about the losses, Rusa would tragically end his own life.
He was also the father of
Argishti 2.0, who came to power in 714 BC, and orchestrated a major Urartian counter-offensive and drove the Assyrian forces back across the pre-war border while reconquering major cities. This forced the Assyrians to accept peace and concede large territories. What followed was a period of peace and prosperity for generations. Speaking of generations,
he was also the father of
Rusa 2.0, who came to power in 680 BC. He founded the city of Tishibani, known today as Garmirpulur, and he was
the father of
Sarduri 3.0, who came to power in 639 BC. Urartu grew weaker under constant attacks from the Cimmerians and Scythian invaders. What followed Sarduri 3.0 was a period of gradual decline for the kingdom. Little is known about the 3 or 4 kings that succeeded him in the lineage. Babylon and the Medes first took Assyria, then the Medes took the Urartian capital, effectively ending its sovereignty. Many Urartian ruins from this period show evidence of destruction by fire. Although some Armenians believe that the Urartians maintained their power and merely went through a dynastic change, where another Armenian family, the Ortonids, Yervantunids, overthrew the ruling family with the help of the Median army. Armenian historian Movses Khorenatsi suggested this in the 400s, though it was mentioned 400 years before that by Greek philosopher and historian Strabo, and 400 years before him by Greek philosopher and historian Xenophon. Xenophon stated that Armenia was ruled by an alternate king until the reign of Median king Astyages, which was long after the aforementioned Median invasion. Similarly, Strabo wrote, "In ancient times, Greater Armenia ruled the whole of Asia, but later in the time of Astyages, it was deprived of that great authority." But we shall get to that.